How are we doing, everyone? MJS back again with another video here. Welcome to another episode of Our First Home, the series. Today is November 23rd. It's a Tuesday. I'm here. It's trash day. You know the drill with that. We got to do that, but I'm here and we have some plans. I'm going to walk you through a couple things. We're going to try to do a couple cool things that I'll talk to you about in a second. The first thing is this door, okay? Now, I'm not going to do anything crazy with this door. This is more of a research project at this point, but this is an interesting concept. We'll call it that. That ladder is great. It kind of just pulls down on a spring, and that piece of it's really cool. What I want to do here, though, or what I was thinking about, is there's just a board, okay? Just a board, it hangs, it's on a hinge, you know, whatever. It kind of serves a purpose, but it's kind of ugly, and we didn't paint it, and it's literally held up by like these little strings here. You know, like just this little piece of wire, and you have to tie it in that little hole up there, and it's just... We need to do something. So we're either going to get some sort of locking mechanism, or I thought maybe we could get like an access door, like a big access door that you turn a key, or you turn like with a little screwdriver or whatever, like one of the metal things, and then it comes down, and you can measure to like whatever the wall or ceiling opening size is, and then we could buy it and we could put it in. Now, the reason I have this down is because I was measuring the wall opening, and it's like 31 by 30. It's really kind of weird. I don't know what we're gonna be able to do there. And then I realized, like, well, that ladder is actually kind of in the way too, because there's probably gonna be like a little flange thing that goes up on the inside that you're supposed to screw into. So I was like, maybe we could cut that, but I don't know, like not cut the ladder, cut the flange on that part of it. That might be an option. But then I was also just standing here and I was thinking, well, that's really close over here on this side to this trim in this wall. It's kind of like extremely close. And then a little less close over here, but still close. It's just a shitty system. It's like a weird. It's not a weird spot. It's actually a really good sized hole. But maybe we could actually do something different where we can make it smaller. Like we could put some 2x4s or something, or whatever that is, 2x6 or something like that, just as like more make more ceiling in a sense. I have no idea. It's not like a huge thing. We're not gonna be in the attic like every day or anything, but it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's just different because it'll definitely look better. It'll definitely be easier to get up there when we do have to, and it's just something that is on the list. But I wanted to measure it to see if there was an easy option to fix it, and I don't think there is, so we'll see. More on that to come. In here, talked about it last night. We were kind of cleaning off the wall there, painted over here and all that. It's going good. Gotta clean off a little bit more. And we have this random thing that's not a shadow. I don't know what that is, but we got to clean that off and just continue to clean off the ceiling and the walls and everything. Got a development on this too. We might actually take this out before we take out the brick on the outside. We might pull it in, pull the trim off, put a piece of plywood outside just for like a short while, and then put insulation and drywall. But stay tuned for that because that'll be a great project if we get that going. I'm excited to get that thing out of the wall. Other than that, I have to clean up here, but I got something cool yesterday and I want to try to see if it'll just work. Will it just work? I don't know. It's, I'm pretty jaded with some of the things that I found in here, like the small door handles, if you've been watching for a while. And this is actually, a similar concept. So let's go check it out. All right, we're at the back door in the basement, and this is what we bought. Bought a Eufy smart lock, built-in Wi-Fi. Super excited about this because I've never had a smart lock, but I've always wanted one because I hate keys and I enjoy like just being able to type in a code, or actually it has a little fingerprint thing there at the top. So that's cool. And the other thing too about this house is this deadbolt lock right here is an actual pain in the ass to get the key in. Like the deadbolt works fine, but the key just not fun to deal with. So that's what we're gonna try to do. We're gonna try to put this guy right in here. We got all this kind of going on. We're gonna try to put that into this door. And then let me try to just explain this real quick because I hope it works, but let me try to explain. A couple things that I've noticed here with this particular setup. These are French doors, but this left door never gets used. This doorknob doesn't do anything because on French doors, there's still just like one thing. It's kind of like there's a wall here, but there's not, if that makes any sense. The deadbolt goes through, and this door isn't even all the way shut. This deadbolt goes through, and then you have a lock down here, and it, you know, just works like a regular thing. This just spins, okay? This is not, you know, there's no reason to have either of those things there necessarily. I mean, it's really just for symmetry, right? So I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do with the left side yet, but the right side, the way that this is gonna work is you're gonna have this right here, this big ass thing right here. On the other side, you know, the other piece will be on the outside. We'll talk about that at some point, but it's cold out there. So there's this. And then on the bottom though, the thing that I realized is like the point of having like a smart lock kind of defeats the purpose to have a lock down here, because let's say that like if this isn't smart and this is smart, then that's a real kind of like a mix up there, right? Like you come in and you're like, okay, imagine we're on the outside here and you come in and you put your fingerprint on there or whatever. Well, the bottom lock is still locked, so you're still screwed. So the point is that I think the way people do this is they put smart lock and then they just put like a regular handle down here that is just like a passage handle or knob or whatever. We'll deal with that at some other point, because again, I'm sure that I'm gonna get screwed here somehow on the on how big these bore holes are, but we'll deal with that. All I'm gonna try to do today is I'm gonna try to take this off. I'm not even gonna change any of the like assembly inside, because from what I've seen, you don't really have to. Oh, that's terrible lighting, sorry. But I don't think you have to change this, especially if it's working. I don't want to screw with it too much. But that's what I'm gonna try to do. And I'm not gonna take too much time on it because I got it clean, but I got it, so kind of want to give it a shot. So let's see how it goes. All right, this has quickly turned into more of a project than I thought it was. Should have assumed that. But I am kind of out of the weeds slightly, and I think that this is going to be... I'm past that phase of, fuck, this is really annoying and going to take a lot more time, and I'm actually now to the point where I think that it's actually going to work if I just do it, just run through it. Quick update while we're here. There is no thing in there anymore. It's just a hole to the outside world. All the pieces are right here of the old deadbolt, and the reason that that happened was I thought I was going to be able to use this deadbolt. I still might have been able to, but I'm not sure. You can kind of see there how that middle part, it looks like a little D, right? Well, the one that they give you is not a little D. It is some sort of weird shape. And, you know, the piece that needs to go through that is, you know, somewhat matching. So in the video that I watched, the guy didn't change the deadbolt. And I thought I was just going to be able to use the existing one. And I wanted to do that because that's the part, you know, that moves, goes in the hole. You know, I got to deal with screwing it back in and stuff like that. Didn't want to have to do that because it's more room for error and things to not work. But I took everything out. I measured everything. I measured the door, the bore hole. I measured the back set. I measured the actual hole where the deadbolt goes through. All that stuff, the door thickness, and it seems like it's all to spec. That this thing requires to go on the door. So I'm confident that will work. Somewhat confident in my ability to get it done. But if I just go through this little instruction booklet with all these little pieces here, I think we'll be able to figure it out. So wish me luck, and I'll talk to you hopefully when this thing is on the door. So a little bit of an update here. I got the deadbolt, and you can barely see it. There you go. That's the new boy. Looks pretty nice. And then I shut the door here, and I took a screwdriver in there, and I gently tried to turn it and get it to work, and I think it's pretty good. So we're gonna continue with the installation. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. That only took like 20 minutes, I think. Pretty proud of that. Not completely done. I need to take this little thing off and go grab the battery that's charging upstairs, but I think that if you just wanted a really big dumb deadbolt, this would work right now. You know, you get the boop, boop, that's pretty fucking cool. Then on the outside here, we have our little guy. And if we took this off, then you can like actually flip this somehow that I don't know how. Somehow this flips down and you can, son of a, I don't know how it rotates. Anyway, I have no idea how it rotates, but it does, and there's a key there. Why don't we go try to see if the battery has some juice in it? What do you say? I already put this battery in, but I had to get a shot of this.
Welcome to Eufy Security. Please download the Eufy Security app to complete setup.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very proud of myself. I'm going to pat myself on the back for this one because doors suck, but luckily this one actually wasn't that hard to deal with, so that's fantastic. Here we are. This is what we got on the inside. Pretty. Battery probably needs to charge a little bit more, but that's where we're at. Look on the outside. She's beautiful. So we'll lock her up. So she's locked. Door would be shut. Fingerprint. That's pretty sick, if I do say so myself. So now in a scenario where, like, you know, you're upstairs, we got Google devices everywhere, you know, we got the phones here. Okay, lock the back door. That's pretty sick. All right, well, I'm pretty pleased with this. Works great, you know. You unlock it. It even has a couple cool features that I just changed. So you shut it, and then locks right away. Beautiful. I'll show you this too. Lock it, and then you might think like, okay, what if somebody leaves it like this? And then like...
The door failed to lock. Please make sure it's closed and the deadbolt is not blocked.
And then when that happens, you get a notification to your phone too. So this is pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. I really like this. This feature especially is just really worth the money. All these times, like, you know, you come into your house, it sounds stupid, but like there's a lot of times where I forget that I'm gonna lock the door. Like if I lock the door, you can see it on your phone now. But the other thing is just like being able to pop out of the door, shut the door, it'll automatically lock. You come inside, you open the door with like your fingerprint, come inside, just shut the door, and then literally walk away, and by the time you take 2 steps, door's locked again. Just little things like that, little added convenience on the small side of things, but the bigger side of things, like especially if you had kids. I mean, you know, it's just me and Amanda right now, but like, you know, if you're in a your kids are coming home or whatever, you know, they're gonna forget to lock the door, this, that, or the other thing or whatever, and like you're at work, I'm just thinking of hypothetical situations. Your kid comes home, they don't shut the door all the way, it tries to lock and they run off or whatever, and then that says that, and you get a notification on your phone, you can tell your kid, hey, go lock the damn door. You know, it's like something like that. I don't know, just random things, but I am impressed already. I'm happy that it didn't take like a crazy long time to do that. I'm happy that this door seems to be like better set up than all the other doors in the house, like at least with the bore holes and things. Once I kind of got it going, it was pretty simple. So I'll leave a link in the description to this Eufy smart lock with Wi-Fi built in if you want to check it out. The link's in the description there for everything. And there's other links down there too. I don't mention this enough, but I'm going to put like a whole page on my website and everything like that of all the stuff that we have if you're ever looking to check it out or whatever. So that is one project down. I'm very happy about that. Got it all configured and everything. Now I have to go clean the living room because like the walls and stuff, because we got to get on this painting. All right, a couple hours later, we've been working. Let's talk about it with these lights that are probably gonna mess up the camera. I apologize. Anyway, so what we did was we took that little scrubber thing, which I'll leave a link for this guy in the description. Ooh, Jesus, I just got on the wall there. It's just a scrubber, and then I actually took off this other little piece that went on the bottom of it. It is like a little bristle thing, which this didn't really do much for my application so far, but I think it could be useful at some other point. But here's what I did. So I'm trying to get a good angle here. We were over there in that, you know, area. We had that wall kind of finished. And then I took that scrubber and I finished cleaning this wall that I had, you know, basically just done by hand before. And I scrubbed that up. And then I moved over to here and I scrubbed over there. And yeah, so like that whole piece of the wall there, that whole wall and this little section, that's all clean. I took some flooring, because you can kind of see there's definitely less flooring in here now. Took some of that downstairs because there's a high likelihood that we are not going to actually need all of this flooring right away. We got enough flooring to cover this entire first floor, and that includes like the bathroom and the kitchen. We might need to buy more when we actually end up doing that stuff because, you know, waste and such. But I think we bought 1,000 square foot, and this top, you know, level here, this first main level is like 970 roughly. Point is that we have some extra flooring as of right now. We will probably use it later, but it needs to get out of here because we're working in here. So I took it downstairs just to make some more space. And now I'm at another position where, like, you know, I don't want to call these walls done because there's probably, it needs touched up probably in certain places, and I still need to paint the whole ceiling. And just, you know, another thing too is I tried to scrub some of this, and it actually looks like it kind of scrubbed some of it, but I can't remember how far down it was. It just looks real weird, and I don't understand why exactly that's going on, but I'll try to scrub it more. But I just don't like cleaning, one, and I don't like cleaning like tops of shit because, you know, water runs down and all that sort of stuff. I just don't want there to be stuff on the ground, and right now there's a lot of stuff on the ground. Now I have to like kind of move some shit and then continue to clean a little bit and just kind of keep going, and just kind of see how we go here. But that is the update. I mean, it's looking good. The ceiling's gonna make it look even cooler when we get to that point. But the ceiling's gonna be a bitch just because it's a sea of a ceiling. But we're moving, and yeah, definitely have to touch up some stuff though. I'm looking around on the walls, but next thing that I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to move some of this to somewhere else, different room or whatever, the rooms that we're gonna be using, because we are gonna use a lot of this floor really quickly once we start getting going. And yeah, just get it out of the way and then try to scrub some walls and do all that stuff. And just keep on painting. All right, later in the evening now, I gotta go to a hockey game, but here's the final clip of the night. We are looking damn good, okay? I'll try to get some decent lighting here, but we got that wall pretty much painted. I even touched up like even on the edges of the top there. Then we moved to the left here. That's a shadow down there. That is painted. So we have this wall pretty much going pretty well. There are definitely spots that need touched up. Obviously, I didn't really work on that trim other than that, just that one side there. What happened was I was very low on like one can of paint. Like you can see the satin there has been untouched, that blue can. But I finished a can of satin like on, you know, this stuff that I'm showing you here. So I was just trying to finish the can. So like I threw some on the, you know, sanded that a little bit there, threw some on that trim there. And then, you know, if we keep going to the left here, moved all the way over here to our lovely AC unit in the wall, which we're gonna send packing here at the end of the week. I swear to God, that's coming out of the wall. We have a tentative plan to get that out of there. Put a piece of plywood up and all that. No bricks right at the beginning. We'll just get it out of there, and then we'll brick it later whenever we have to. You know, sooner rather than later. But this is kind of where I stopped because I was cleaning the wall, and then I would paint the wall, and then I'd clean the wall and paint the wall. So that's where I got to, and there's obviously just some more shit around here that I just have to keep moving. I kind of, you know, pulled the floor away from the wall and stuff. So that's kind of where we're at. I tried to do, I think, pretty much again, more touch-up work might be necessary, but I even kind of took a brush to the top there of most of the parts. And then over here, I got the, you know, the mat out there, that red can, and I put some on the ceiling there. I cleaned like a little bit of a strip, and then I did that. I still have no idea what the hell is the deal here, and there's shit everywhere. I can't get my damn light to shine where I need it to, but it's still messy. I don't know what that is. I don't know how that got there. It's very strange. It's right in between like two you know, ceiling joists or the attic floor joists. It's very strange. I thought it was like maybe there's some sort of significance there, or it's just weird that it just happened. But it looks like I've moved some dirt around. I've tried to, you know, swipe right there a little bit and stuff. But yeah, it's coming along. We'll just continue to move this away. There's a little bit right there, it looks like too. But the rest of the ceiling doesn't look too bad. It's just kind of those two little areas, it looks like, for the most part. Maybe some right over there. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Hopefully the paint will cover it, or we can get it off with a thing. This is kind of tripping me out. Does anybody else see like a Native American face right here? That's kind of weird, huh? Anyway, Yeah, we're working. I gotta go to a hockey game. But that is where we are at. Been a hell of a day, very productive. Got the smart lock installed, measured that attic door. Hopefully that works out nicely. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna wrap up the day here. Gotta take out the trash and leave. So we'll see you next time.